Hello, what's going on?
My hair has a life of its own today. Nothing much. How are you doing today?
So far, so good. Cannot complain.
Sweet. Okay, so welcome everybody to the commentary zone. Today we are talking about the Real Housewives of New York City, season 11, episode 2, Burning Up. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, as well as hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. Okay. These 5 hot pockets decide it's time to go to the Hamptons.
I,
Jesus.
I love the Hamptons. I'm sorry. The Hamptons and the Berkshires are so entertaining. At least to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Oh my gosh. Well, the Berkshires were better for me. The
Hmm.
Hamptons, not so much. You know why? Because Ramona wanders off more in the Hamptons. Whereas
But
when they're in the Berkshires, they're kind of like isolated. I don't
right,
know.
but Ramona wanders away in the Hamptons from her own parties. That's the funny part to
And
me.
that's irritating to me. How are you hosting a party? Like, I was so surprised she stayed throughout this whole Burning Man fiasco.
Oh, the only reason she stayed was at her house, and she would make sure nothing
That's
Leah
not
wasn't throwing things
true.
on fire.
Well, last season, she wandered away from the party at her house and came back to find the vibrator and the chicken.
But the thing is, though, she left her. Remember, she left her party to social climb. That's a different scenario.
Right, but that irritates me.
Oh, I know, but it's just to me, it's just hilarious. Like you're hosting a party, but you're gonna leave your party because you think it's boring and you need the social climb, so you just gonna leave other people at your house and then come back when in this and find calamity. I'm sorry, I find it entertaining.
She is just irritating. I don't know. Anywho, okay, so it opens up with Leah going to visit Ebony at her apartment in Tribeca, which is amazing, especially since her ex was paying the rent. Wow.
Beautiful.
But she admits that it's not like if she had her preference where to live, that wouldn't have been it. But I guess because his kids are in Jersey, it was just a convenient place for
hmm
them logistically. Um, oh, she gives a little synopsis on the breakdown of their relationship. And what did you think about that?
I don't know. The only thing I could take from it, and I felt bad for her, is like they literally stalled out because it seemed like she was in a position where she wanted a family of her own, but
Mm-hmm.
he already had a family, so he
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't itching to jump into making a new family. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
probably from his end, what he kind of thought what would happen is that, well, she's on the later end of having children, and she has like businesses, a career. He kind of thought he was marrying someone who would be okay with being just a stepmother,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that's where she was at in her mind because we have to remember she's like how like 37, 38 in that range, I
I
believe.
think so, yeah. Late 30s.
So when they got together, she was probably like 32, 33, if 34. So in her mind, she was still in her good childbearing years. So as time went on, it just didn't happen, and she could see like he's not really into this. So I think that's where it kind of fell, and then
Mm.
and the panorama just added to it. It just kind of really just brought everything to the forefront. She had to say, you know what, I've got to go. But what's
Mhm.
interesting is this. I'm not sure if this is in the same scene where she talks about, well, maybe she has to redefine what family is. So
Mm.
I keep wondering if she may get back with him now that her POV has changed on what family really is.
Interesting. Well, she seems to be a very complex character with several different layers that have yet to been revealed to us. So I'm looking forward to learning more about her. Let's see. Um, Leah is hosting a Burning Man dinner at Ramona's house when they go out to the Hamptons, I think on the first night. Oh, okay.
That kind of confused me only because I'm like, well, you two don't really get along. So it's very nice of Ramona to offer her place for you to use. How does that happen? Or the production say, look, Ramona, she don't have a suitable place to host this party. We gonna need to borrow your spot. I think that's what happened, and that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. It gives Ramona a reason for being on the cast. Your house has now replaced Bluestone Manor.
Nothing can replace Bluestone, but okay.
Well, you know, in the interim, until they
Interim, yeah,
find
yeah.
somebody else better.
Until
Um,
they bring Dorinda back.
oh, from your lips to God's ears.
Just saying.
Uh,
They need to quit playing and just bring Dorinda and Bethany back and quit playing these games with us.
well, I can give or take Bethany, but Dorinda, I like Dorinda. Um, I was a little surprised at Ramona accepting this as well, considering Leah almost burnt down her house with throwing tiki torches last year. You want to associate a dinner with fire again? I don't know, but whatever. Uh,
It was
look.
production. It was production.
Next thing we see is, oh Jesus, Sonia trying to get her chakra back in alignment, and her friend Alita comes with all of her crystals, and knickknacks, paddywhacks, whatever, to
Hmm.
heal her. Good luck with that.
I'm with it. I mean, go Sonia. I mean, let's call a thing on this one. She's missing the Morgan wallet. I'm sorry. Like, and I heard in some other chats people were like, well, her divorce was so far long ago. Yada yada yada. I'm like, I'm sorry. If I had fumbled the J.P. Morgan bag, I would still be crying like 10 years later too. I'm sorry. I would. I really would.
Didn't she, I don't know if it's a preview or what, but didn't she like say something about shouldn't she have just ignored what was going on and just lived with it or something like that? Like she lives in a well of regrets that I wish she could just find her way out of.
True, but the funny thing is, based on what I recall just from the show, that she stepped out as well. I'm like, my thing is, if you're both stepping out, I say you live with it. I'm sorry, you're both doing the same thing.
I was
And
always under the assumption that she was replaced.
no, the way the story goes, she stepped out, and from what
But
I recall,
when I mean like who filed for divorce?
oh, he did.
He did?
Yeah, let me just double
Ooh.
check. I'm pretty positive.
But like, okay, so when you're in a situation like that, like I generally find, okay, women typically accept a spouse, their husband cheating on them, and most likely will take them back. Whereas men find that the ultimate sin if the woman cheats on them. Do
Mhm.
you think that might have been the case? It was okay as long as he was doing it, but once she started doing it, it was like, girl. Mm,
Yeah, it's always though. It's a double standard, and it's ridiculous.
okay.
It's just ridiculous how people will like how men will cheat and expect
Mm-hmm.
the women to take them back, but when the woman cheats, like, oh no no no, I can't take you back. You just disrespected me. I'm like, but you disrespected her as well.
Mm. Okay, so everybody seems to be packing for the Hamptons. We see Ramona's already out at her house, and she has a hospitality director working with her for a few hours every day so that she doesn't come home to find dildos in the chicken again. She wants everyone to have a wonderful time at her home. Ugh. Leah and Ebony, they carpool out to the Hamptons together, and Dorinda and Sonia, Luann drives them in a Mercedes. I won't say it's hers. I highly suspect that it's a rental, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thelma and Louise head out.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, hold on, real quick.
Uh, uh-huh.
Let's see, hold on. Let's see. Told double standard. Portia can kill and slime and no one cares. So, in Cooch, I get where you're coming from, but in this situation, no one would care what Portia did had Portia not been in that woman's house. That's the part people really aren't breaking down. It's like, well, they gloss over that prime point is that Portia stepped out with someone whose house she had been in, which is something you just don't do. Is disrespectful. I
Mhm.
mean, me personally, y'all both wrong. I don't care if y'all. If my thing, if y'all both cheating, y'all both equally wrong. It's just it's a thing. It's a thing. It's just it's the optics behind it and the moral ethics behind it. That's all. It's not think that she's you know took another woman's husband. It's more the fact that she was friendly with Fallon and was in his woman's house and did this. That's all it really is. And I wish people would focus on that point versus focus on the whole oh my god, Portia stole someone's husband. Like, no, because they were kind of on the outs anyway, trying to reconcile. It was a whole back and forth. But at the end of the day, it sounds like both were stepping on the other. And it's just, like I said, she was in this woman's house and did all that. So, Cooch, yeah, he really was, though, because we were all trying for why is he at the pool?
Well, we all said that he was
Yeah,
kinda creepy.
yeah, we did.
Why were you still there? Why didn't you, like, exit stage left? It was very, very weird, and he was
Right.
always within calling distance, because they even
Always.
commented on it. "I wish I could shout at my husband, tell him to turn on," whatever. It was just very
Yeah.
weird.
We all said that because we were all like, shouldn't you be going inside now? Don't you got
Well,
something to do?
hello, everybody. Sorry we didn't go through the roll call. I guess we were just really excited about Roni, but welcome, everybody. Hey, Susan. Hey, Cooch. Hey, Ablavi. Who else is in here? Hey, Yanni. Hey, Trey. Hey, Black Lavender. I think I've got everybody, but if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Welcome, everybody.
So
Okay,
they're driving. So
so
they're driving to the Hamptons, right? They're carpooling or
yeah,
whatever.
well, Leah and Ebony have a driver, Uber,
Hmm.
whatever, and Luann is driving Sonia in the convertible.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Um, in the car ride over, Leah tells us that her grandmother is very sick and most likely at the ending stages of her life. And she's sad, but she's I think she's come to terms with it because she's had those
Hmm.
talks with her mother, her grandmother. She's been very close with her. Her grandmother seems to have been one of her major supporters. And so she has come to terms with what this stage of life is.
Hmm.
But
That's the
she's
way I
still
take it too.
sad. Yeah, she's still sad because that's grandma. Um, what did no Ebony did not mention her grandmother at this point, did she? Was it later
No,
when they
I
were
think it
at
was later.
the healer? Okay, okay. So yeah, they get to Ramona's house. Ebony has a hostess gift, really nice. Um, Leah goes, "Yeah, she brought you a gift, and I brought you nothing." Hey.
I was like, really? I'm like, okay.
um, and this is where Ramona is usually. I think she does this every season. She uses a slightly inappropriate or completely derogatory term for her assistants. She can't
Yeah.
even remember their names, but Ebony picked up on it
Oh
and
yes.
said, "Did she just call that woman to help?" Whereas Leah was the one to remind her name is.
Yeah. That was when she said her name. No, her name is. I was like, oops. Well, then I'm like, ouch. It's like Ramona, come on. Do like it's like do better. Be better overall. Just be better.
I
Have
don't
some.
understand why y'all expect better from Ramona. She is 60 some odd years old. There's no changing that.
I mean, you could change. You can always do better though. You
Not
can.
her. How
Not
many
her.
years have you been saying this?
Oh wow. I
There
admit
you go.
that.
And no improvement. Has there been any improvement? There's been a lot of apologies, and I didn't mean it, but no improvement whatsoever.
That's fair. I mean, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. She needs to
um,
do better and be better though.
yeah. Well, Ramona's put out quite the spread. She's settling the girls in. Luann and Sonia are late. I think they arrive after food has already been served or something like that.
Yeah. Because remember, Leah and Ebony were in line when they heard that help comment, so they were already eating
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because they were complaining because they were. I think they were already at the table. Because they were complaining like you said 1 o'clock, you said 2 o'clock. Because I think they were already at the
Yeah.
table if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We also find out that Heather is going to be joining them on the weekend. What else? Where's Heather staying? Does
Probably
she
with
have a place
Ramona.
out there?
Heather's in the Berkshires, so she's probably staying with Ramona as Ramona invited her.
So when is she showing up?
Probably the day after we're seeing, I would assume.
God.
And Leah's not happy about it.
Oh, no, she's not. Because something about a podcast, and Heather was saying derogatory comments regarding Luann.
Yeah.
But why is Leah upset about that? Was she included in the comments?
Like my thing is, I mean, it wasn't upset about you, so I get it. But I think this stems from last year at the dinner. They showed the flashback and they were sitting next to each
Mm-hmm.
other,
Mm-hmm.
and Heather was just being Heather and doing the most. And I think that just irked Leah's nerve.
Okay, well, Leah doesn't trust her. So then Leah tells Ramona that she
Hey,
also
Nisei.
invited some stuff. Oh, hi, Nisei. Leah says she also invited some extra people. She invited Elise and her sister.
That was messy. That
It was
was
a joke,
so
but it
messy.
was priceless. It was priceless because, of course, they showed the flashback on Elise as well.
But did she
They're
really invite?
still
She
not
really invited
friends.
Elise, right? She really
I
did
don't.
invite her
No, she
because
said
they
she was
showed.
joking.
Did she say she was joking? Because when
Yeah.
they showed the flashback, I thought that it was real because I wouldn't think they would show a flashback for something that wasn't true. You know what I mean? Because if she was
I thought,
joking, it would make no sense for them to show that flashback.
holy crap. If Elise shows up, that will be epic. I would be done. But I thought it was a joke. Um, Ramona takes them on a tour of the house. They get to select their bedrooms because it's a first come first serve thing. Um, Ebony says she wonders if her voice is too low because Ramona's not hearing her, and I love that she said it to her face.
Mhm.
um, Luann and Ramona are finally there. Ramona takes Sonia outside to try and figure out how to turn on the pool heater. How does this woman live in this house and don't know how to do nothing?
That's just Ramona though.
Okay. All right, so everyone's getting ready for the Burning Man dinner this evening. And honestly, the backyard looks like a kiddie carnival. I, eh, I've never been to Burning Man. I don't know what it's like. So maybe that's what's happening there. But to me, that looked like a toddler's kiddie carnival themed birthday party.
It's high
Um,
end Burning Man because Burning Man is very rustic. It's very it's in the middle of a desert and
mhm.
it's very rough. So they just kind of cutened it up for TV a little bit. So
Okay.
there was no tents. Like if
Mm-hmm.
they were gonna do it right, they really should have tents, some faux porta potties. There's just a lot of stuff they if you're gonna do Burning Man, that's how you do it. That's literally what it is. Like maybe some fake fire pits or something.
Yanni says hippie. So that's
Yeah,
what it is?
it's literally what it is. Like literally, like you
Oh,
get like a van full of like hippies and like Scooby Doo vans, and they all drive into the middle of the desert.
but it's a music festival, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. So everybody sets up a tent and watches the stage.
correct.
Ew.
But people,
Okay.
you don't. But you, the bad thing is you can't like bathe or shower for like 3 or 4 days. That's the thing.
No, you fucking lying. Oh my God.
No, but
Oh,
Deb, like I said, you have to remember you're in the middle of a desert. I mean, I mean, there's not gonna be many 5-star amenities there.
okay.
Yeah, hygiene is not really of consequence to them out there.
Well, I'll let them live their best life at
Yeah,
Burning Man and, you know, just
people
not
have a
my
great
zhuzh.
people have a great time if you like that kind of thing. It's fantastic. If you're like someone who thinks camping as he's gotten older involves a nice 4 to 5 star log cabin with Wi-Fi. Yes,
Okay.
that's me. That's the camping I like.
So we see the ladies getting ready for dinner. The hell is going on with Ramona? She just screams desperation for me. I don't know if she's trying to keep her spot on this show, but the pasties with the mesh t-shirt, no. Oh my
Hey,
God.
she's trying to
I can't.
she's trying to like
I
show Leah that she's in it. She's making an effort. So I'm not going to fault her for making an effort. I'll put it that way.
Look, the only person that I expect to dress like that is Leah. And she came up, you know, ass out, tits out, with some fishnets trying to cover up the itty bits. Um, yes, if you're Cooch, if you're referencing Ramona's hair, her hair did look cute, and I thought that would be the end of the effort. Um, but that outfit was just a little much to me. She has a great figure. Don't get me wrong. I'm a little jealous. Work well done. Um, but rhinestone nipple pasties.
Not the rhinestone.
I'm
Oh, stop it.
sorry.
Stop it. Nothing the
I
rhinestone.
It's
Nipple pasties.
rhinestone. Yes.
Just
No
gonna,
one needs to rupture my corneas with that.
just can't handle it, huh?
No, like she could be semi grandma. No.
Not that she'd be somebody's
Sorry.
grandma.
She can
Damn,
be. She's
Jen.
64 flicking years old.
True.
It was a 70s disco queen meets My Little Pony. Yes. That is the perfect thing. Oh, Cooch, thank you. That was the perfect way to describe Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so everyone goes out. Oh, and then okay, so you have one extreme with Ramona, and I don't know why over the past 2 to 3 seasons, Luann has been dressing like somebody from the Beverly Hillbillies. I don't get
But
it.
but she makes it look good though. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
That did not look
She,
good to me.
I knew what she was going for, but she looks. I'm saying she looks good. I mean, she
Quite
killed everything she wears
honestly, if Luann had came out with the nipple pasties, I could have accepted that more than Ramona.
because Luann's more like adventurous and risque. Ramona like plays the I was married for 25 years to the same man. Blah 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 blah. The trifecta. Blah 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 blah. True renewal. Yada yada yada. She portrays an image where Luann's like, I'm European. I speak Italian and French. I've lived all over the world. I was married to the count. I've seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on nude beaches. So you would expect something like that from Luann, but very tastefully done.
But she came with a dead possum on her head or something, and a bikini top, a pair of, I don't know, Daniel Boone pants, and some boots. And then a crochet sweater over it. I was just like, oh my
But the
god,
thing is, though,
what
she
was
was
she pulling
closer.
off?
But here's the thing: she was closer to Burning Man than Ramona and Leah.
Okay,
She was way much closer because I'm sorry, you're not wearing black mesh with rhinestones in the desert. Do you know how hot that would get? Do you know how hot those rhinestones would get?
well, let's just say the nipple pasties will probably slip off.
No, they would burn you. No, what happened is they wouldn't slip off. They would actually stick to you because it's in
I'm
a desert.
thinking the sweat would interfere with the glue and they would
No, no,
slide off.
no. No, the heat would make the glue hot and stick to you.
Ew.
You would be. She would be in some pain.
I'm just ugh, because they've noticed what the Burning Man period.
I love Yanni. Luann was Arizona Spa, so at least they're not the Arizona Spa. Yeah, she's like a good little 4 hour drive from the spot. I'll give Luann that.
Oh my god. It would they were just dressed all over the place. And then Ebony came out like she was in a biker gang. I loved it, but is that
Matt,
at Burning Man?
no, it gave me Mad Max.
Mad Max. Okay. All right.
Like
So,
Mad Max and Studio 54 pushed together. But they all look good. It's just a little bit
mhm.
off the mark. I
Okay.
thought, here's my thing with Leah though. She kind of disappointed with her outfit. I'm like, that's not Burning Man. Have you ever been?
Well, she said she had never been, but she was supposed to go, but
That's what I
everything got
thought. Okay,
canceled. So I think she wanted to dress like that had she have gone, but I think by day 2 she would have realized the error of her ways.
like if you were going to maybe a Prince concert or maybe even a Tina Turner concert, like with the leather, I could see it. But Burning Man in the desert, you're not wearing that. You be too hot. You be burnt up.
Is this a desert in California or another state?
Correct. California.
Brownwind Mom. Oh, Brownwind Mom is Burning Man. Oh, okay. You see what Yanni said about
Yeah.
Brownwind's mom?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. So more like that.
Hooch has a point. Rich idiots took over Coachella and Burning Man have made it so commercial. That is fair.
Oh, oh wait, maybe I was getting it confused with Coachella.
Coachella is much more commercial than Burning Man, but Burning Man is becoming more commercial.
Oh.
That's what it is. With Burning Man, people literally used to like take off from work and they would all like caravan down to the desert. It was like this huge rustic music festival. Like you brought your own food to cook. Yeah, it was like completely like that. But then as it became more popular, you started getting sponsors, I believe, and that's what's making it more commercial. I
I'm
mean,
just getting a mental smell of this place.
because Pooch is
Okay.
right. 20 years ago, it was super cool to go to Burning Man. Now people really don't talk about it anymore.
I know you poor people now it's
Yep.
probably more rich people.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, maybe that's why I don't know anything about it. I'm not rich. Okay. All right. Now we go to the healer. Leah's having kombucha. Luann is having her faux rosé, I guess. I don't know. Um, Ramona, as usual, has to ask all of the questions to be relevant, but she's just interrupting the flow of the healing. And then there's a bunch of screaming. Honestly, I was with Ebony.
Mm-mm.
I'm done with y'all. I just want to go to my bed and lie down and get over this headache that y'all just gave me.
Yeah, I don't like yelling and screaming. I just leave. It's just easier for me that way.
But for some people, it is a cathartic release,
Mhm.
especially if you are like super stressed. So
Mhm.
I could see the like okay, someone like Leah who really gets into this and really pours the effort into it,
Mhm.
and does the work, yes, I understood her going from screaming to crying because it's one emotional, release to another. Ramona, not so much.
Her scream, yeah, it's just But, like when people scream, it's like I'm just, come on now, come on now, stop it. I
Why
just
was
can't get them.
Sonia why was Sonia saying shut the F up? Was it because they were screaming?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Sonia's not having it.
if you can see Sonya's demeanor, but we have to remember Sonya really hadn't been around the other ladies too much.
Mhm.
She had been quarantining by herself. So I think she's at the point where I don't have time for this. Like we have to remember Sonya is under so much financial stress,
Oh, yeah.
and not anything like superfluous or unnecessary. She's not here for it.
Okay, so this was called a sound bath that the healer did. Um, and then at the end of it, I think the healer asked them to speak, and Leah wants her family to come together, even though her grandma is passing. And then this is where Ebony says something about her grandma is also, um, you know, well, in that transitional phase of life.
Hmm.
And she realizes that all she has left is her mom,
Hmm.
you know. Ramona wants to pay more attention to her real friends. So not gonna happen.
But she has 50 girlfriends though. That's a lot of
60.
attention.
I thought it was 60. Or is that
No, 50. It's the
it's 50?
50. Yeah, it's
Okay.
50. I'm just wondering, like, that's a lot of attention to give so many people.
Um, did Sonia also say she wants to be a better friend to her friends? I can't remember what Sonia said.
I think Sonya was like on a mode of like she wants to make more connections, like reconnect.
Oh. But and then she says something that caught the other lady's attention. She said that she just feels like she wants to check out and disappear. And I think Luann picked up on it first, and Luann was like, "Say what now? You want to do what?" She
Hmm.
has to rephrase that. That
That was bad. That was not
yeah,
good already.
yeah. So
Mm-mm.
hopefully, like we can rephrase that as the season goes along. I get what she's feeling, but I don't like how she phrased it.
Right.
Cause like I'm gonna be calling you every 15 minutes to do a mental health check.
Exactly. Like Yanni
Okay.
said, 50 rich friends had to come together to buy an expensive purse for Ramona. And it was Gucci. It wasn't even like a Birkin. It wasn't even like a
Ain't nobody gonna give her
Hermes
a Birkin.
or an Hermes. I mean, like Gucci. It was Gucci, right? If I
Yep.
recall correctly.
It was Gucci, but I think it was like a snake skin. It wasn't like a basic.
Right. But, 50.
And like Leah
I'm just
said, it
saying.
was her first real one.
Yeah, that was shifty. I'm just saying for 50, like for you have 50 close girlfriends who are coming together to buy you a purse. I'm like, y'all could have really done better. I, I'm just saying.
Mm-mm. Okay, so that's when they started screaming. They scared the dog. Um, Ramona thanks the healer or whatever. We see Luann go into the pool. Ebony is not getting white girl wasted like Leah, so we're not going to see her running around with tits out and, snogged with the alcohol. Thank God for that. Um, but she does sneak away, and
Hmm.
goes back to her room. Leah notices and, goes to just check on her. I kind of like you know what? This Leah is pretty much the same as drunken Leah from last season, but a little bit more cognizant of what's going on around her.
Correct.
But she's still wild. She's still crazy. She's still screaming. She's still naked. She's still jumping in
Hmm.
the pool. The only thing she hasn't done yet is throw the tiki torches.
Right. So I'm looking at the bags, and they range between, we'll say, 2,500 to, we'll give it 4,000. So if it was
Mhm.
like the 4,000, let's see,
And she asked
4,000.
everybody to pitch in $100 towards it, so it'll cover it with tax.
Yeah, so $80, like, for the cost of the bag, $80. But my thing is, if these are like your best girlfriends, why do you need to ask them to pitch in $100 for your gift? I'm just saying,
Well,
just
well,
just
maybe
saying.
they asked her what she wanted, and then they said, well, let's all throw in $100, even though some of
Okay,
them didn't.
okay.
Maybe there's one or two in there who are actually her friends, real
Hmm.
friends. I don't know. What else happens here? Oh, they had performers. They had stilt walkers. Like it was really carnival-ish.
Right.
Um, it was cute,
Hmm.
but I would have never understood what Burning Man was based on this.
Right.
Sorry.
You wouldn't have gotten accurate representation. So I
Yeah,
get it.
because I'm thinking it's like a carnival, and you're telling
Mhm.
me it's so not that.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Um, what else? I'm sorry, Leah goes and checks on Ebony. She's just tired. I think she's just worn out. I think she has a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we don't know. She's got a very full career. She's going through a breakup. She's moving.
Mhm.
That's always stressful. But she does admit that she's never connected to women on this level who were not Black.
Right.
I can understand that. You know, Leah goes back outside when she determines that Ebony's okay. They have one more scream and then they go to bed. This is an early night for these pack of women.
Hmm.
And that
Very
was the
early.
end of the episode.
It was a solid episode overall. Like the story's moving, but I mean, we need to get Miss Bershon Shaw on the line because I want to see how her and Ebony interact with each other within the group of women,
Mm.
and they can keep the Heather Thompson scenes. I'm sorry, they can keep that.
Oh my God, just like Debbie thought we were in Rio. I don't know. I was
Hmm.
kind of lost in all of this because I am not familiar with Burning Man. I'm sorry, guys. Big concerts are not something I'm into, and I've never researched it. Honestly, I thought we were talking about Coachella until someone said Coachella.
And
Ugh.
Bravo better have told Heather not to say holla. Let that go.
Yeah, that's like
Stop
a
it.
decade too old. It
We
wasn't
like
cute when she was saying it, and it
right.
sure enough isn't cute now.
Exactly. I need
Because
Heather to
she
come on
would
the
go,
scene.
holla, I worked with P. Diddy. What? So you trying to get like street cred or something?
She thought she had street cred.
She was just weird for me. But I did like her business though. She managed to really push her
Her ex
business
business,
while she was on the show.
she did, and then she got kicked
Mm-hmm.
out. And then she got, apparently, according to an article, if I recall correctly, she got booted out. But that's another story.
I think she had other things to do because remember at the time that she left the show, her son was getting ready to go for that major surgery on his ears.
Hmm.
So, like, I think she had other things to concern herself with. Because
Hmm.
that last season, like a lot of her stupid behavior, I think was worry over her son. And wasn't her husband cheat? No, maybe that wasn't her husband.
He's too scared to cheat. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Burning Man used to be less concert and more about huge art installations in the desert. Throughout, they'd build a huge man and finally they burn him. Oh,
Hmm.
I know nothing about this. I think Leah was trying to be the man in a mechanical art, whereas they do lots of mechanical arts. Oh,
That makes, I mean, then that explanation makes sense then, if that's what she was going for.
okay. Okay. So
I'll
that
give her
kind
credit
of
for
makes
that.
sense.
She probably Googled online, see what it was about, and kind of
Uh-huh.
was drawn to the mechanical man or whoever, and did that. Okay, that makes sense. We can go with that.
Okay, so now her outfit.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's pretty cool then. Maybe I will Google something about this afterwards. Okay, guys, so let us know your thoughts. Leave some comments below for us on what you thought about The Real Housewives of New York City, Season 11, Episode 2, Burning Up. Were you on fire for these hot hoes? Let us know. Oh my God. So, Jamal, any final thoughts on this episode?
It's moving along, and I like it so far. Ebony's doing very well, but I want to know more about her. I want to see her at work. I just want to see like what she does with her day. Just to get a
I'm
feel
sure
about how
that
her life is.
I think that we might be able to see her probably at her podcast. I'm not too
Mm.
certain if we'll ever see her in the law
Right. I don't
but
expect that. I mean, the
hopefully the
podcast,
podcast.
the
Yeah.
podcast.
I'm interested in that to see what that's all about. Maybe we should do a podcast, Jamal.
We could talk about it. I mean, we talk anyway, so
Yeah. We could just shoot the shit on a podcast.
right. Just cuss out everybody. Go in on the people.
Oh, Lord. Okay, guys. Again, leave your comments below. We do read them. We do respond. You guys have been lagging on the comments. Jamal is taking over the whole comment section lately. Come on, guys. Pick it up. Tell us your thoughts. Even if you don't like what we have to say, we still want to
And
hear it.
and also send us stories as well, that you hear that might be interesting as well. Because we're always looking for stories for
Oh, for the
our new
news?
for the news. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us
Yeah.
what you're tell us what you're interested in. Tell us what you want to cover, and just link. You can either type out your interest in the comment section, or you can just put a link in the comment section, and we'll definitely check it out.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can send us a direct message on our Instagram page. If you want to be private about it, do it that way. We don't mind. We take any feedback from you guys. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Has anyone given us a thumbs up yet, Jamal? Give us a thumbs up. We're asking nicely. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And most importantly, tell a friend. We want more people in the conversation. Don't forget, guys, we are coming back at the top of the hour, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. We are going to be we're doing a mashup. We're doing Mama June and Maths.
and it's over. Thank goodness.
No, we have one more week. We have one more week of MASH. We have the reunion.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. We'll talk about it. Oof.
Yes. So join us at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and figure it out in between because I'm not that good at the math. So until next time, Jamal.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.